What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna be back to work on our BMW 340. We're pretty much almost done with the car. All we need to do is start working on the paint and body work. As you guys seen in the previous video, we got everything back together here. Everything is back to OEM spec, but we did also go with a little bit of upgrades, like this colder intake, the charge pipe, because it was damaged. That's the cool thing you can do whenever your parts are damaged, just upgrade them. And now what we need to do is start working on the body work. We do have a little bit of damage right here. It's kind of like weird. I guess this thing like poked through from the headlight that was sitting right here. So we pretty much need to just straighten this out and put a little bit of filler on there. It's not going to take much to fix that. And then we also have a couple of dents on the hood. We have some bird poop right there we're going to have to get rid of. But we do have a couple of dents on the hood. I think we have one right here. They're super minor. All they're going to need is a little glaze coat. So let's get straight to work. So the first thing we're going to start on this BMW is actually working on this fender right here. As you can see, we have a little pop out right there. All we basically need to do is sand it down, tap it in a little bit right here, and then put some glaze on there, and then we'll get started on the hood. Literally all it needs right here. The fender all nice and prepped. Went ahead and tapped in that little dent. Now all we need is a super thin layer of glaze coat there. Now what we need to do is go ahead and prep the hood. We have a couple of dents on that side, and then we can go ahead and slap some filler on there, sand it down, throw some primer. So I went ahead and sanded everything down, and then I went ahead and put a nice little thin layer of glaze coat everywhere. Now we're just gonna wait for this to dry and sand it up. work done on the hood, and we also did the body work on the fender, which was really easy because it was really just this little area right here. We got everything nice and smoothed out, and I also test fit the bumper and it fits up perfectly. Now all we need to do is basically tape this up, get it primed in. So we got all the parts primed in on this BMW, and we did use a new 3M primer gun, and it lays down the primer super nice and flat. And that's pretty much it. All we need to do now is sand the hood, sand all this stuff. We're gonna have to give it some time to dry, and we can sand everything and put it in the paint booth and get it sprayed in. So now that all the primer is dry on the car, we're gonna go ahead and start sanding it. We need to go ahead and wet sand the entire hood, and then we're gonna sand these fenders because we are gonna be doing kind of a blend here. And we're not gonna paint the doors or anything, so we're gonna just sand these fenders over here with the nice 1000 grit sandpaper, and then all this stuff will get sanded with the 400. So let's get to it. Everything is nice and sanded, and we went ahead and washed everything down. We stuffed the fenders right here because we're gonna be doing a blend, and we sanded everything else with the 400 grit. So now all we need to do is basically let this car dry off and then take it in the booth and get it painted in. The car all inside. Now what we need to do is go ahead and start taping this thing up, mix up some paint, and spray it in. So we got the car all nice and taped up. Now all we need to do is grab some wax and grease remover and some final clean and wipe everything down. Make sure the surface is perfectly clean. Then we can get Paul to spray it in. So it's the next day here at the shop and the paint turned out absolutely amazing. Paul killed it on the paint job. Everything turned out good on the car and the bumper also turned out really good. Got coverage everywhere. Now what we need to do is start putting this car back together so it can be done today. So there's honestly not much to put back together on this car. All we need to do is put the headlights on, line everything up here, and then put all the grills and stuff back into that bumper, and then the car will be done. Please work. Is that how that goes? So there it is, guys. We got the entire front end of this BMW all back together. We got the headlights on. Everything went smoothly, and surprisingly, the modules from the old headlight worked on this headlight, because I know on our M5, we actually had to swap the other module out because it was not working. But thankfully, everything went together smoothly. The bumper fit up perfectly. The hood lines up beautifully, even though it is an aftermarket hood. And I gotta say, it looks really cool, especially since now that it's painted. Went ahead and also put this little grill in right here. Took it on a test drive. It drives pretty good. I think we will definitely need to do alignment on it, because we will be lowering it and possibly putting a tune and some wheels on it on the next episode, so stay tuned for that. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also follow us on Instagram at Vtuned, and if you want to cop some merch, head over to vtuned.com and pick you up something cool. Thanks for watching, guys.